West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. In about 6.5 hours, I'm going to need to get up and make my way to Wales for the second ODI between England and the West Indies. But I'm mindful of the fact that I've not really recorded much. In between going to all of these matches and all of that, it's been difficult to just sit down and record some stuff, you know. My body's mash up. I've been taking this cricket thing seriously, this media thing seriously. Just today, I just come back home, you know. Today's been a mad one. I went to do some media duties to cover Reggae Boys versus Super Eagles in the Unity Cup final. 2-2 went to penalties, and Nigeria won that 5-4 on pens. So we've had a busy day. Can't stop, won't stop. Although, you know, got to look after yourself and all of that, people. But yeah, it's... Why am I going to Wales tomorrow? On a serious one, all logic suggests that I should just stand at my yard, Pandaya yard, yeah, and just don't go nowhere. Because all logic suggests it's going to be a lick down in Wales tomorrow. But we just have to rally. No matter what you think about Caribbean Cricket Podcast, no matter what you think about me, Santoki, and some of the things that we say, and some people who think that we joke and laugh and blah, 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 the one thing you can never, ever say, criticize about us is we will rally. Even when certain defeat looks on the cards, we're still going to rally. I have to go to Wales. I'm on half term from my day job. I go back to work on Monday. And so my thing is this. If I'm free and West Indies are playing, then I just have to rally. By hook or crook, I have to rally. All that said, the 6.5 hour wake up notwithstanding, there has been a pressing issue on my mind. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, big up Devon for the thumbnail. I want to talk about Gudakesh Motie. I was just about to say Gudakesh Santoki. Thing is, this ain't a friendship thing. And the people have to understand about Caribbean Cricket Podcast, none of this is a friendship thing. I will try my best to be completely neutral and analyze things and look at things on their merits. And if there is room to critique stuff, I will critique. And as of late, I think there's some interesting questions that need to be asked vis-a-vis Gudakesh Motie. So what I'm going to do is, for those of you who are on X, you've already seen this. If you're not, I'm going to read it to you. On yesterday, about 36 hours ago, I tweeted or posted the following on X. It said, some important noticing going on re Gudakesh Motie. He has 3 wickets in his last 8 ODIs and his economy is worsening. By no means am I recommending a change in that area, but West Indies can't afford for him to not be taking wickets if they want to put pressure on the opposition. I repeat that line again. By no means am I recommending a change in that area. So I'm not doing this video to say Gudakesh Motie should be... do you know how hard I'm trying to not say Gudakesh Santoki? But I'm not doing this video to say Gudakesh Motie should be dropped. That's not the point of this video. But it is to raise a critique. And I think it's a valid critique. As I said, West Indies cannot afford for him to not be taking any wickets if they want to put pressure on the opposition. I'm not trying to say that Motie is the reason why we're letting teams score over 300 runs. But I am saying that Motie is in the side as the premier spin wicket-taking option. Yes, we can talk about absence of a leg spinner. We can talk about all of that. But to put it in perspective, Chase is currently out bowling him. And with all due respect to Roston Chase, nobody listening to this, nobody watching this would say that Roston Chase is a better bowler than Gudakesh Motie. So my thing is, I think there has been a clear drop-off in form vis-a-vis Gudakesh Motie. I went to crunch some numbers to try and have a look at it. Over Motie's ODI career so far, he has played 26 matches. Yeah, in his ODI career so far, he's played 26 matches and he's taken 33 wickets at 28 apiece, right? In his last 9 matches, he's taken 3 wickets at 125 apiece. I should really have looked for the economy, and I'm not sure if I can find it on my stats analysis. But I know if I go to this, let me find this stat for people. 1 second, people. Let me find this. Go performance by series with the ball. So to put this in perspective, right? I'm just going to read out some economies for you in terms of Motie's bowling with the ball. Listen to this, people. Get a pen and paper and write this down. Versus India in 2023, Motie took his wickets at an economy of 3.75. England at home, 4.1. Australia away, 4.5. Sri Lanka away, 3.9. England at home, this is back in the 2024, 5.52. Bangladesh at home, 4.73. Ireland away, 5.36. England, obviously, we've just played 1 ODI, 5.57. So the economy is worsening as well. Okay. He's just not been an effective wicket taker in the last 8 or 9 matches. I think it's 8, not 9. In the last 8 matches. And for me, that means we have to ask questions. Again, I'm not suggesting we drop him. I'm just saying we have to ask questions. Nobody's spot. If you're having a poor run of form like Motie currently is, no one's spot is like, unless you're Shea Hope, no one's spot is secure, really and truly, when it comes to the ODI side. And I just think we have to scrutinize where Motie's at right now. Lots of people will put in the comments below and say, where's Akil Hussain been? Since Sammy Cayman took over the ODI side, where's Akil Hussain? At one point, Akil Hussain was our go-to ODI bowler. Since the World Cup qualifiers, we ain't seen him again. I'm not saying Akil should replace Gudakesh Motie, but again, when someone has a drop-off in form, there are questions to be asked that we have to critique. Now, when I posted this, I got the following replies. I'm not going to read all of them out, but I thought these replies were quite interesting. And the reason why I read these replies out is because I'm intrigued to see from the audience, you lot who are listening and watching, what do you think about each of these replies? So here's one of them. I hope these people don't mind me mentioning them. So Tom Miller at WTC Test Match. At WTC Test Match. He says it's very hard for an off spinner to take wickets on a flat pitch, hence why most teams have a quality leg spinner. Obviously, there's no better spinner than Motie, but it does rely on wicket takers up front in the innings so Motie can do the holding role. Okay. And I replied to that and said, yeah, but Roston Chase has 5 wickets in his last 8. Isn't Motie supposed to be the better wicket taking option? I'm not here to say that I'm right. I'm not here to say that Tom's right. I'm just reading out some replies to that initial tweet that I put out. Steve Walcott at swalcott42 said, Motie is the best option we have. Ever since 1995, people have been calling for this person to be dropped, that person to be dropped, change captain, change coach, players from this or that island, etc. No changes had lasting improvement. We just need to give Motie time to regain form. To which I replied, hence why I said I'm not asking for a change. It doesn't mean you don't highlight his drop in form. I'm not saying Steve's right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just highlighting some of the replies. Julian Good at Julian Good 4 said, why isn't Akil Hussain being considered? I want to know the answer to that. Has Akil Hussain made himself unavailable to the ODI side? Because in our T20 side, we play Akil and we play Motie. So why would are we saying that that's not an option? And bear in mind, the next World Cup, if we get there, is in India, right? And Sri Lanka. So anyways, Ian Wayne Jr. So Ian, sorry, at Ian Wayne Jr. says, Motie's not consistently landing the ball on middle and off stump line. He's fuller than a good length. Sorry, no, let me read that again. He's not consistently landing the ball on middle and off stump line, fuller than a good length. On flat wickets, he needs to put more topspin on the ball, allowing it to dip a bit more on the batter and extract bounce, similar to what Herath and Lyon do. He has to evolve as a bowler. Interesting take. Tatted Prince at Tatted Prince 007 said, he's a talented bowler, but when I watch him, I think he should take his time a bit. Sometimes I think he's just running in bowling, finishing his over as fast as he can. He continues, tatted Prince. My thing is, what is Motie / a coach doing to fix this? Batters have figured him out. He's not a fresh face in the team anymore. Like all great bowlers, he needs to keep adapting and adding little tweaks to his bowling as his career progresses. You can't do the same thing all the time. Awadi at Waterboy Views says, I have to chalk this up to a coaching issue. It seems like far too many West Indies players peak and then just level off. The growth needs to continue. Tactics, variation, etc. need to change in order to stay ahead of the scouting reports. And then Aqua83 at Aqua839 says, in the flesh, he looked like he bowled decent yesterday. This is the first ODI. He was the only one to have some control along with Chase. Yes, they were milking him, but he only got hit a couple of times. So I read all those comments for a reason, to say, where do you lot stand? Because I'm not doing this video to say we should drop Gudakesh Motie. That's not the purpose of this video whatsoever. It's more to just say, okay, there's a variety of opinions that were sent to me after I tweeted I'm noticing some stuff with Motie here. Of those comments that I just read out, which one do you most agree with, and what are your views on Motie? I think my personal view is that I think international batters and teams and scouts, analysts have figured him out a bit. That's my personal view. And I can't remember which person who tweeted it to me said it, but I'm tempted to agree with the idea that I think he needs to just evolve and tweak some of his bowling at the moment. And again, like I say, I'm no expert. So anybody who considers themselves a spin bowling expert, by all means, get in the comments below. But I do just feel that he's kind of plateaued. And this happened if we were doing this video on Test cricket, I could have said the same with Test, right? Warrican's obviously overtaken him now in the Test team. I do just feel that some of his bowling has plateaued out a bit, and he now needs to go back to almost like the chalkboard, and come back with slight tweaks and variations that almost outpace what the analysts are saying about him. Because who was the person who said people were milking him yesterday? That doesn't mean he was bowling badly. His economy, in fairness, in the first ODI, I think it was 5.3. And compared to what everyone else was doing in the team, we can't criticize on that front. But he never looked like he was going to take a wicket, if you catch my drift. So I guess another question we have to ask ourselves is, what is his role in the side? Is his role to be an economical holding bowler, or is his role to be a wicket-taking spin option? Because for me, Chase is the economical defensive spin bowler, holds down an end, probably goes at sixes, picks up the odd 1 or 2 cheap wickets because people think he's worse than he is, right? For me, I've always thought that Motie was our attacking. I always saw Motie and assumed that we were using Motie as an attacking frontline spin bowler. Right now, he's not a frontline bowler. Right now, he's almost playing the same role as Chase, in that he's a defensive. He's not meaning to be, but it's coming across like he's a defensive, economical bowler, but without a wicket-taking threat. And my question fundamentally is this: if he's not a wicket-taking threat at the moment, how secure is his place in the side? Because every team needs a wicket-taking spin bowler, whether that be a leg spinner, off spinner, whatever it might be. Every team needs a wicket-taking spin option. And as things currently stand, it's not mathing like that right now. But like I said in my tweet, I'm not here to say we must drop Gudakesh Motie. That's not the purpose really of my video. But I am here to say, should we be asking some serious questions? Listen, people, 15-minute video. I'm not here to stay long for this one. I could go longer. I could link it to Test match cricket and ask some questions there. But let's just keep this purely to the ODI format. I've got to get into bed very, very soon, because I've got to get up very, very soon to go to Wales for that second ODI. But in the midst of all of that, hit me up in the comments below. I'll try and film some stuff when I'm at that game in Cardiff tomorrow. And anything you want to see, let me know. But peace, people. As ever, though, sorry, you can see the ticker tape below. If you want to support the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, it's been expensive this last month trying to do all of this content. You can go to www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. Any little bit helps and counts. Shout out to Michael, who because you don't have to give financially, people. There's many different ways to support Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Shout out to Michael, who offered up an Airbnb when I was in Birmingham. Shout out to Dan, who supported financially vis-a-vis Santoki and myself with some stuff around Ireland. I think I'm missing someone off the top of my head. Shout out to anybody who's reached out personally via email and said, you know what, I don't really want to do this Patreon thing, but send me your PayPal. Let me just drop a piece of peas to you and Santoki to help you with all of this traveling around that you're doing. As like I say, people, there is no other Caribbean media in this country right now covering anything to do with West Indies cricket. All you got is me and Santoki live and on the ground. So if you want to support, by all means, be my guest. But on the way out, make sure you like, share, subscribe, send it in your WhatsApp group, send it in your Facebook group, send it on Insta, send it wherever you want, and follow us on all social media handles, hit that notification bell, etc. If you'd like to get involved with our official sponsors, Parlay Pros, they are a data analytical organization in Trinidad who look at the kind of trends of the sports betting market and use a highly sophisticated algorithm to guide you towards what are the best bets to lay based on trends over time. If you're interested in anything like that, read in the read in the description below. And if you want to get involved with them, use the code CCP, and that will help you with that. I've been Machel St. Patrick here at one half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. As ever, we'll be back with some content probably tomorrow morning. See you all very, very soon.
West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.